Hi guys, today we're going to react to Sweet Child O' Mine by Mission Souls, a Guns N' Roses cover. This is a PayPal request from EJ. Thank you EJ for yet another request. We appreciate all your support.
Thank you, EJ, for another Mission Souls request. And this, I have to say, is one of my favorite all-time songs, the original, Guns N' Roses. It's been covered by Sheryl Crow from memory and maybe some other ones, but yeah, I'm really keen to hear this one.
There's a pattern that arises from Mission Souls that I've noticed. They do bring the soul. It's a straight cover, and I've said before that they have a lot of responsibility while they perform covers for legend bands. They need to be in line with the specific way that these bands perform the songs if they're doing a straight cover, because they'll always be compared to the original. And they're doing it here as they are accustomed to, with a lot of heart and a lot of soul and a lot of precision and immense prowess. I love the way they perform this song. It's a very quote-unquote dangerous song to perform if you're trying to be in line with the original. I love how Stacey carries the lead vocals. Her performance is very refreshing, and I love how Naisha channels Slash. As soon as they started playing, it immediately throws you into the song, and I really love it.
Yeah, the song opens with that sort of Naisha guitar bit that makes this song so recognizable. And then when Isaiah came in with the drums, it was like, okay, now it's kind of kicking into gear. As it went, Nace's doing her part, it sounded fantastic. And then when Stacey started singing, I was just thinking she's not actually trying to mimic Axl Rose here, which I kind of liked. It's like she's bringing the song to her, and it sounds good. As I was sort of listening, I was thinking, I think Slash would enjoy watching this, and also that for some reason, I don't know why this popped into my mind, but I was thinking, have they covered Tom Petty before? Because I would kind of like to hear that. And then I was thinking, this is a little bit more in line with the Sheryl Crow cover rather than the Guns N' Roses original, if that makes any sense. It's got that sort of like a rock ballad, but like a straight rock ballad, where Guns N' Roses always give it some kind of an edge that is potentially sort of more in line with maybe metal or hard rock or something like that. But I like the fact that it's kind of breezy and really, really, you know, sounding just relaxed and cool. And yeah, that's kind of why I enjoy Mission Souls most of the time. So it's kind of more in line with that, and I'm really liking it. I wasn't sure how they were going to do with this because this is such a well-known song and well-loved, and you know, a lot of people rate it very, very highly. So it's very specific to Guns N' Roses, their sound, mostly to do with Axl Rose, I guess. So I was kind of wondering what they're going to do with this. This is just a good way to cover it, I think.
Yeah. Also, another thing I noticed that we reacted to them enough times to really enjoy the casualness of their demeanor. It looks like a Tuesday to them. We've already concluded that they are under a lot of pressure when they perform covers because everybody knows what these songs should play like in a straight cover. And they look comfortable. I think that's a testimony to their immense skill where they are now as professional musicians.
She's got eyes of the bluest sky.
loving how they added backing vocals, which were recorded after and added on. That's actually really cool. They played around with this kind of thing before, where they've done some keyboard recording and they added it onto the song, and now they've done it with some backing vocals, sort of playing around, adding layers, I guess, which is really cool. I don't know, I like their energy. They're not trying to overdo it. You mentioned before about their casualness, but to me, it's some kind of unspoken unity, because they are siblings, it is a family band. They feel comfortable, and you can tell, with each other, with what they're doing, and it sounds pretty freaking awesome.
I think it's maybe a biased observation, but as they perform, I can feel the echo of the many hours they put in practicing, because I can imagine that they probably go over the different sections of each song that they play and they practice it over and over and over until they perfect it. I think I'm reading into it because of their calm demeanor. You can't get to be that good without putting in the hours. So I think that's what echoes all the effort that they must have put in before that, because I can almost see it in my mind's eye, how they practice.
It's funny that you used the word bias there, because it made me think we are biased, because we do love them. We've heard a few songs from them already, and it's just fantastic, what they do, and also the motivation behind it. They're kind of trying to spread love, trying to spread awesome music around the world, and it's so far really, really working for them. So with us, I think they can do no wrong. On top of that, they are extremely, extremely proficient. I mean, some of these songs are just very, very tough to perform, and they do it beautifully.
Yeah, what a superb way to spread family values than to make music together, and super professional at that.
Awesome.
Yeah. That was a truly immersive guitar solo, and they all chimed in as they revved up to the crescendo of the song. I really, really loved it. There's something in all of their expressions that projects like a severity. They have serious expressions. I think that's only because they're concentrated in their performance. Once the song was over, they kind of broke character. They all became a little more loose in their expressions. They went back into being kids. That was endearing to see.
Yeah, I've expressed before that I am very curious to hear them perform original material. And some people in the comments didn't love that. But the reason for that is not so much because they're playing music that isn't theirs or anything like that. It's that they're playing music that doesn't come from the same place as the original artists necessarily intended. You know, this is a love song that Axl Rose wrote for a girlfriend. So kids of their age, I'm not sure how much they'll be able to relate with the material. As we said, Tunnel of Love or something else. It's just songs that I don't believe they truly understand the meaning of, but they get the vibe and they get how good the music is and how completely superior these songs are to what there is today. So they play them and they play them beautifully. But I would like to see what happens when they play something that they can very, very closely relate to, potentially original or otherwise. You know, it doesn't really matter. Especially with Stacey, I'd like to see where she can take vocals that burst out of her. That is something that is hers, because I think she's an extremely proficient singer. In this one, I would have to say, for me personally, I think Nisha was the star. You know, that solo was off the charts.
Yeah.
And as I was thinking that at the beginning, you know, that Slash would be proud of what they do with it, watching it, after the solo, I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure he would love this. So yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would love to see original material from them, because every time you hear them perform a straight cover, it doesn't matter how good they are, and they are exceptionally skillful musicians, it will always stem from mimicry as long as they're performing straight covers. The curious part is I can't wait for them to blow me away with original material of theirs, because I know it'll come from not just their immense skill, but it will come from something that is theirs and theirs alone. I think it's a matter of time until we'll hear something like that. Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think that has to be original material. It could be a cover that they flip on its head completely and bring it somewhere else, which I do believe is coming. Someone has already commented that there is original material that they're working on, so definitely curious to see where that goes, because I think they are absolutely amazing, and so far I've loved everything we've heard from them.
Yeah. I think covers is their school session, is their learning to a degree, and then they'll blow us out of the water with original material.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, and this is a fine place to start. So thank you, EJ, for this awesome request, and for all the support you've thrown our way. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. More Mission Souls would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks EJ for this request. We enjoyed reacting to Mission Souls very much. More like this will be much appreciated, and thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make your request through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
As always, our Mission Souls Reactions playlist should be up on the screen sometime about now. Give it a click, check them out. These kids are freaking amazing. Thank you guys so much for all the support you've thrown our way. We appreciate you. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.